So how long are we on here for, by the way?
Oh, I usually cut out about a little after a half hour, so Lynn has time to clean.
No Blazer game tonight.
Oh,
Tomorrow night.
probably depends on what we end up
We have to
talking
go by
about.
the Blazers
Gotcha.
schedule.
We have to go by the Blazers schedule now. All right, so hi and welcome to Feet on the Street. I am your host this week and last week and probably next week. We are back on regular schedule Tuesdays.
And I am his guest tonight.
Yes. Sorry.
That's okay, not a problem. I'm Lonnie Knowles.
First sit down, go ahead and raise it.
I am with
Yeah,
Stewart
that's
Title,
right.
Title and Escrow Company, and I do a lot of things here locally in the community. So nice to meet you.
Yes. Actually, you also do real estate, right?
Well, I'm in the real estate company, our real estate market, yes.
You're Central.
No, I'm with Stewart Title. So we do the title and the escrow part of each closing. So basically, title and escrow. Let's just say that the purpose of the title is to make certain that when you purchase a piece of property, the bank wants to make certain, or the lender wants to make certain, that your Uncle Billy's brother's Bob's son Michael doesn't own it at some point. And then he's not going to come back and say, well, I got this deed that says that I'm part owner. That's kind of what title insurance does. So, and I work with all the realtors and all the lenders and everybody in that field. I'm also actually an affiliate director for the LOCAR, Lower Columbia Association of Realtors. So,
Never actually heard of that.
yeah, LOCAR. Well, they were the Cowlitz County Association of Realtors, and now they are the Lower Columbia Association of Realtors because we've included Pacific County and Waukegan County. So,
I never knew that existed.
yeah, we do a lot of things for the community, actually. The realtors, for every house that's sold, historically, we put 1.5 jobs out into the market, full-time jobs. So it's
You guys hiring now?
no, actually, we just in our office. I will tell you, we just hired a girl to take the front desk at reception, and she's amazing on title and escrow. So I'm not hiring anymore. We, 5.5 years ago when we started, we had about 2 people in the office, and brought me on. My job is actually help grow the business. I'm the marketing director and the business development officer, and we have done rather well.
So, as a marketing director, what exactly do you do?
As a marketing director, basically, I get to figure out where the dollars are going to be spent for my marketing and how to help grow the business with those dollars. So that refers to whether putting ads into magazines, into paper, into paper media, or if I'm putting into social media, if I'm putting my time, efforts, and energy into certain things to help grow the office. And if I have X amount of dollars to spend on something, then where do I want to spend my dollars that I have? And I have figured out early on that there's only certain ways to grow your business, and we've done well. In the last few years that I've been there, we started about 8 or 9% of the market share, and currently we're over 50% of the market share. So we're doing really well.
That's good. That's good, actually. So, what kind of brought you to?
Stewart Title?
Yeah.
Well, oddly enough, I had just started a company on my own a few years back. I've been in business development and growth for many years. I've owned a few different businesses. I've managed a few different businesses, and I've done rather well. I had just started a company 6 months prior, about 5.5 years ago, with a company called Concierge of Life. And the Concierge of Life basically was personal project management and business solutions. Basically middleman services. If there was something in particular that you wanted done, I'd make sure that you could have it done. I mean, I could facilitate you in any direction and find the people that you need to have that service done. Everything from serving papers to cutting down trees, houses, selling vehicles to eviction notices, whatever it is in particular you need done. If you need growth or even had HR people working for me as well that could do this. If you need those type of services, I had the connections. I consider myself a dot connector, and that's what I still do.
You still do the
I still consider myself a dot connector, and I help people grow their own business. I believe in a Zig Ziglarism. I believe in a lot of this stuff, actually. But Zig Ziglar once wrote, if you help enough people in this world get what they want, then you definitely get what you need in the end. And because of that, we've done really well. I think that, well, actually, I'll tell you, when I had my own business doing the personal project management and business solutions with Concierge of Life, I got a phone call from a friend who worked for Stuart Title who said, we might have a job for you. And I thought it was in reference to just building a marketing campaign of some sort for them, a one-time use. And that didn't happen. They actually, once I talked to my boss, who was Noah Blanton, he's out of Vancouver. He's actually in charge of Vancouver, Portland, and now Nevada. He's doing rather well, but smart guy. But once I started talking to him, he said, well, I want you to do what you're doing, exactly what you're doing, but do it for us and wear our t-shirt. And I said, you mean permanently? And he said, yes. And so I went to work for him.
So that's how you became
That's how I became part
Title.
of Stuart Title, and we've grown our operation. Like I said, instead of 2 or 3 people in the office now, we now have 8 people in the office, and we're growing every day. We're doing great. It's a blast. Basically, what my job consists of is working with some of the builders, the lenders, and the realtors to help them grow their business. And with the rise of the tide, all ships will sail. So we do good.
So now, when you say you help others like with their businesses, is that like helping them get started or helping them stay in business? Or
Well, I let them, and I try to help them grow their business. A lot of people don't know how to grow a business. A lot of people don't know what to do. Just you get started. Oh, hi, I'm so and so. Well, that's great and dandy, but you can get an ad out there and say, hi, I'm so and so, but if there's no sincerity behind it, if nobody knows who you are, to validate that, to actually utilize your services, it doesn't make any sense. So I've been involved into everything from PTOs to a lot of civic and fraternal organizations in the area, and I know a lot about those different groups. I've been on boards and committees and with Salvation Army, CAP Foundation, another group with them. I'm a trustee at the Longview Eagles. I was president of the Lower Columbia Professionals. I was an ambassador of the year for the Chamber of Commerce a couple years ago.
I think they have your picture up at the Longview Eagles actually
I'm sure they do.
on the wall
Somewhere.
I go there every Friday night.
Oh,
for
yeah,
karaoke,
there you go.
so-
Yeah, I'm still one of the trustees there, and the reason why is because that group in particular has been awesome. Because of that group, we went through some changes over the last few years, but we can facilitate and help so many different groups in the area. If somebody wants to have a nonprofit night, a fundraiser of some sort, we get to vote on that and make that happen, make their dreams happen, and help the other groups out there. If it's like I said, a fundraiser or somebody's funeral or services or wedding, we try to facilitate those and make them as free as possible for everybody. And we have it's a great facility over there. One of the best dance floors in the area as well. So it's kind of nice. So there's actually, in Cowlitz County here, there's actually over 325 local clubs, 501c charities. It's like 325, 326. So what I will talk to somebody about, and when I meet a new realtor in particular, and I say, how are you going to grow your business? And they say, I'm going to go step by step, and I said, great. And then they try that, and they get lost, and I say, okay, well, how about, what are your interests? And if I say, what are your interests? And you say, I have a telescope. I like to look at the midnight sky. Well, it just so happens, in Counts County, there is a telescope group. You know, people don't know that. There is, you know, your 4-H. There's, like I said, I have a list. If somebody wants to contact me by any chance, I can do that.
Speaking of that, contact information, if somebody does want to.
If somebody wanted to contact me, of course, Lonnie.knowles@stewart.com, which is LONNIE.KNOWLES at Stewart.com, STEWART.com. But by having all these other different groups that I belonged to in the past, and I still belong to a lot of them, and I care about them so much. But if I'm able to help somebody, like the Longview Kiwanis in particular, or Kelso Kiwanis, or any of those in particular, they raise all the money they raise all throughout the year is for children. So who doesn't want to help children? You know what I mean? Some of the groups raise money for eyeglasses and for hearing aids, and there's another event coming up here rather soon, which is March 6th, I do believe. It is for the Dino Doozer Foundation, another very good group. The Dino Doozer Foundation each year has a masquerade ball, and you actually get dressed up, look nice, and we go dance and have some fun. But it's all in the name of charity. And Dino Doozer Foundation raises money each year for children who are dying of cancer or who are sick with cancer, and before they hopefully they don't pass on, but if while they're sick they have the opportunity to go to I can't remember the name of the club or the camp. It's Camp New Friends, and they have a camp in I do believe a camp in upstate New York, and they have one down in California, and they are able to take these children and send them to camp. And at the Camp New Friends, they actually get to feel like they're normal kids. Every child there is on medication. Every child there has some type of different look to them, because maybe they've gone through and had things removed out of their bodies. Maybe they've gone through this and that. It doesn't matter, because at the Camp New Friends, they're all the same, and they feel nobody judges anybody, and it's fantastic. It makes the kids feel normal for a while, and it's one of the best things that can be ever done for a child, to make them feel happy before whatever they're going through is done. So I do believe this is the 5th or 6th year of the Dino Doozer Foundation, and they're going to have that March 6th at the Red Lion, and it's actually a like I said, it's a masquerade ball, so you have to get your little masks and stuff. But and as far as that goes, let me promote it a little bit. You can actually get tickets for that at the Kerr Car Care, which is over in Kelso, or at USA Nails, I do believe at the mall, or at any of the radio stations as well. So that's a really cool event, you know. And I've been able to MC that a few times, and I've been able to be part of it a few times, and it's just a great event.
And you're also on a radio station.
I am on a radio station. I do a radio show every Wednesday from 3 to 4 on KEDO. That's on the Chamber of Commerce radio. And what that is in particular is the Chamber of Commerce radio. If you're a local business owner and you want to promote yourself, I can get you on there and kind of educate the community of what's going on with your company. Maybe you've got some events going on, and it's just very nice to learn about and educate yourself and everybody else in regards to what's going on in our community. So
now, do you guys just deal with local companies like realtors or?
What do you mean, Stewart Title?
Yeah.
So actually, Stewart Title is worldwide. So if you have purchased property in Mexico, actually right now we've even got offices there. So I personally work a lot with Vancouver, mostly Counts County and Wahkiakum County. But if you have need in Vancouver or Seattle, we've got offices all over. So that's not a problem. Or Portland. You know, we work hand in hand with all these companies. So with all of our off branches, you know, it's great. My greatest thing that I do, like I said, I am highly involved in a lot of different groups, and I have a couple children that I drag along with me and make them get involved as well. So they're great. You know, you got to learn to give back before you can even take sometimes. So, you know, but no, it's a fun. What I do is fun, and I'm glad I get to help people do what they're doing.
So do your kids enjoy it too, or
So what?
does your kids enjoy it?
My kids enjoy it. I get them to, you know, a few years back, I pulled my son out of school a couple hours early, and he was, oh, why'd you come to get me? I said, because we were going to go serve food to the shut-ins of the Salvation Army. We were doing Christmas presents and so forth, the shut-ins. And my son, his name's Chandler, he's a great kid. But he didn't know why, and he was like, "Oh, I don't want to do this." And we grabbed the box of, he had a box of ham and some food and flour, and we got blankets and milk or whatever it was. And the first house we went to, we knocked on the door, and it was kind of, you know, in a sketchy neighborhood in particular, but opened up the door, and there's a little lady sitting right there, and Chandler handed her some of the food and carried in some of the stuff, and he turned around and he had the largest smile I've ever seen in my life, and he said, "Dad," he said, "this is the best day of my life. Let's go do this." And again, you know, he was really excited, and you know, being able to play Santa Claus and help some people in need was a great thing. So he learned a very good lesson that day, and since then, each year we usually ring bells for the Salvation Army. You know, that's always a good thing. I don't know. Last year, I was actually able to get, last couple years, I was able to get the groups of the realtors, the whole day basically dedicated to the realtors ringing bells, and that's a fun one. And you know, I've done things. We do United Way, Day of Caring. We do all kinds of fun stuff. You know.
So, what made you want to make your own business?
Because I don't like bosses. No, that's not true. I mean, I love my boss, but no, I enjoy. I have the freedom of, and I have the intellect to do certain things on my own, and as long as I don't do too poorly of a job, then and the ability to, my boss right now, he knew that, and he knows that. You know, we can do this stuff, and I can help him grow, and he can help me, you know, achieve the things that I want in this world. You know, there's a steady income working for somebody else. You know, I'm not quite certain if I plan on working with Stewart Title forever and a day, but the fact is that I do like to own my own business, and I do like to work for myself, and there's so many different opportunities out there. You know, you never know.
Exactly. So, off the subject for a minute, how'd you know that this is specifically what you wanted to do before you started your own business?
Okay, so my first job that I ever had, I'll say job because I actually first made money off it. My first thing was I used to get very large bullfrogs, and I sold them to one of the Oriental restaurants here in town for money, and I'd sell frog legs too. That was my first my first taste of money and sales, and how I could do that, and how I could make money for myself. And then I started another company in college. Right when I got into college, it was called, well, I worked all through high school doing pizza delivery, and college as well, pizza delivery, and doing some other things. I'm sure paper routes and all that kind of stuff that everybody does. But my first business that I actually did that was legal was a company called Balloony Tunes, and we did balloon and flower delivery and costume. So
that is priceless.
it was awesome. So if you wanted Batman at your kid's party, or if you wanted Superman, or if you wanted Pocahontas, I didn't make a very good Pocahontas, mind you, or any of the Disney princesses. No, so we actually had some pretty girls who could do the princesses and stuff, you know, for your child's party. But that was always wonderful. And they'd come, they'd dance and with the kids for half an hour, and play some music and stuff. You know, it was a really good time.
I've never heard of that though. The Looney Tunes.
Well, you know what? Unfortunately, that business was sold out from under me a little bit years ago, so it only lasted for a couple of years, but it was a fun one for sure.
Huh.
Yeah, I had to take some time off from college years ago, and when I did is when I started that little business. So it was good. And then after that one in particular, I even got into janitorial service for a while. We had fries cleaning. Him and I did a lot of stuff together, and for a few years, and not for a few years, for quite a while there, and started expanding his business, but it was not meant to happen. Things came up, and we exited ways. And so then I decided to move to Seattle, and in Seattle I managed a couple companies in particular. I managed the Kits Cameras. I was assistant manager at the Bon Marché, which is at the South Center. Did that for about 5 years actually, but I was a part-time gig. But I managed the Kits Cameras and Camera Shop West through West Seattle and Northgate and Super Mall, South Center area down there. You know, it was fun times. And then I started a company my father actually, Flow International worked for as well. I've had a lot of different jobs apparently, but my father and I in '97 started a company called, we got the scheme in our head, we can do this. And what we would do is we'd service large fleets of vehicles on site. So, you know, our premise was we work where you work while you work. It's kind of we have this large trailer. The trailer would open up. It's called Convenient Loop Incorporated, actually. We had these large truck and trailers. Trailer would open up. The cars would go inside. We'd service oil changes, tire changes in particular, wherever you needed. It was pretty cool. And our largest contract, we were in the Boeing field a little bit. We did stuff all over, all through the South King, North King County area. It was great. It was nice. But our largest contract we got was Stita Taxi. They had 225 vehicles that need oil changes 3 times a month. So that was a pretty good moneymaker right there. But once again, you know, there's certain things about owning your own business that you wish you did a little better, like the books and paperwork and stuff. And because of some family tragedies and some other things, that the business kept on. But I had to move back to this area, so I moved back because it was easier. Got married, had some children, and some things happened, and we decided to move back to this area. So I left that business for my father. And
so the business is still going then?
No, he is retired. He's retired and sold the business, and you know, he's done his own little thing. But it was a great conceptually, and it was a great business. It was fun. You know, I enjoy growing business. That's my thing. When I left my father, I started work with another company, and I was a manufacturer rep actually for about I think we had 13 to 14 different companies that we represented, and I would travel from. It's weird. The moment I leave Seattle, move back here, then I get a job that kept me in Seattle and Portland every day. It was like I just traveled back and forth on the road, you know, promoting our wares to these different companies. So it was kind of cool. You know, did well, but yeah, you know, it was in the building industry. So unfortunately, it was in the building industry. So all of a sudden, the building industry went down. It was mostly commercial that we did, and I did everything from doorways to thresholds and panels, all kinds of stuff. Well, in one quarter, we actually lost like 30% of the market share. Not just us, but I mean the market share went down 30% because people quit building. You know, it's like 2007. You know, it was like 2006, 2007, and they quit building. And then a local company here, which was Woodinville Lumber Tri-County Trust, great company. When they first moved in here, I was certain that they were going to be able to. They were doing residential, not commercial. I was certain they were going to be able to hold their water and do really good in the community, and they tried to. They tried, but unfortunately, the real estate market at the time was on a downward spiral. There was no way to fix it, so that one went away, and then I started working for another company which is the technology side of it, doing G smart homes and doing all kinds of stuff. And once again, it was a building though, and that one was going away. And I promised myself that I would not work with realtors or lenders or developers or builders or architects ever again. I did. I'm like, okay, no more. Start my own business. And then the moment that I did that, or a few months after I did that, I started doing well. And then Stuart Title got a hold of me and said, well, you already got a little bit of experience in this part and this part.
Why don't you come join us?
Exactly. Well, one of my good friends worked for the company, and her name is Gretchen Taylor, and she said, oh, my boss might want to talk to you, you know. And he said, well, I said, well, how long was the job offer? You know, how long is this job offer? And he goes, well, as long as you keep the doors open. So I'm like, oh, okay, which meant that they were going to shut the business down, I thought, but if I didn't help grow the business. So being that I had friends and good people working there, I thought I could probably help keep their jobs. And so 5.5 years later, like I said, we've grown from tremendously, and we've got a great staff, we've got a great team, and it's all depending on each other. So it's really good.
So what is, at the end of the day, what is the most rewarding thing about what you do?
Well, it depends on what week it is. No, honestly, the fact is that I have I'm a divorced CE, and you know, I have my children half time and half time I don't, so every other week. So on the week that I don't have them, you'll see me at meetings or events or anything like that. And the most rewarding thing at that point is that I have met somebody new who is in need of shepherding to help grow their business, and I've helped them connect some dots. So in particular, if you want other people to interview this group, you know, I can make that happen for you. I know people, and it's, you know, and people know that I'm sincere, that I care about the community, and I want to help this place grow. I'm all about entrepreneurship and local business. So you know, that's why, in particular, I've been an ambassador for years for the Chamber of Commerce, and I get to meet people, and I say, oh, well, great. You know, if I can help you with your business, let me know, because that's what I do. And it comes back to me. You know.
Well, see, I never knew about this company. If I would have known, I would have told my brother about it a while back. But he started his own company. Actually, funny thing, it's a landscaping company and design.
Yeah.
So,
well, like landscape, is he still doing it?
He still has the business, but he kind of stepped away because he wasn't getting enough clients or anything. Mm-hmm. So right now he has another job, but like I was telling him, if he could pick back up his business while he's working, I can help him with his business.
Well, as far as any business goes, like landscaping in particular, it's a networking opportunity. So you've got to learn to network. Get involved. And that's the whole thing. That's what I tell people. Get involved into the community. Because if they believe in you, then your business will grow and thrive. And if you try to, I mean, like the realtors in particular, I think the landscaping business would be great to join that group, because very often now they're trying to. I mean, they're trying to sell houses constantly. Houses need help, and even though sometimes people don't think they do, as we learn, and the realtors know this, they like, oh well, that's why I built this little flyer that says when you're trying to sell your house, this, you know, give them this guide. So it says, oh, are the trees and bushes trimmed? You know, is that car wrapped around the tree really look good? And you know, is the moldy couch on your porch, should that be there? You know, instead of asking like dumb questions to your client, you just go over the checklist and go, oh, is that that box checked? If you want some of that information as well, I can give you that. I have made those things to make sure your house more curb appeal up to sale if you want to sell it. Give me a call or an email. Once again, I'll give my email real quick. It's Lonnie Knowles at Stuart.com. So LONNIE at STEWART. And you know what? I'm gonna show my card real quick. Just if you want some help, let me know. I'm gonna bring this up to you real quick, see if you can see it. And let's see here. If it's right there. I'm gonna show this for a second. That way you can get the information from it. If you want to need some help, let me know.
I might actually have somebody be calling you.
Yeah.
One of my friends is trying to sell her house, so she can move to Oklahoma with her husband.
Well, yeah, you know, I highly recommend using a realtor. There's so many different reasons to use a realtor. Actually, that's their job. You know, is to help you grow your business or your house and sell as quick as possible. You know, a lot of people who have never done it before, they think it's easy peasy. I'll just throw a sign in my yard that says for sale and make it happen.
It's not how that works.
Yeah.
But yeah, like my brother was trying to get in with some of the realtor companies and whatnot, but because he wasn't making enough, he couldn't get certain bondage licenses and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he got some pretty big clients, you know, like he's done Izzy's and a couple of one of the assistant living homes and whatnot. But
Well, you know, that's the thing as far as bonding. It's a bugger to do that kind of stuff, but it's very important that you do because.
that's another reason he has to find a job so he can save up the money.
But having said that, there are a lot of good companies out here right now. I'm thinking of Heritage. I'm thinking of Columbia Bank. Those are the ones particularly who have small business loans out there right now. And then if you go over to LCC, they have a gentleman who is teaching for small business information. Can help you, direct you to get the funds to help grow your business. Because growing a business and starting a business is not easy and it's not free. However, that assistance is there. You know, so I highly recommend it. Matter of fact, right now, and this can save you a lot of money. Right now, the Chamber of Commerce is doing some classes. I think the classes, it's $100 for 6 classes. It's they're all on different things in particular. They're doing this 6-pack of classes, and I'm just gonna give you the information real quick. The Chamber of Commerce, Lamy Kelso, Chamber of Commerce, phone number is 423-8400. Once again, it's 360-423-8400, and they can get you involved into helping grow your small business and maybe find some money. Some of the groups and companies that work with them. So, you know, it's not easy, but it's not easy. You have to do your diligent work. Your due diligence, but it's not impossible. You can get your own business going, and I highly recommend it. If you're unhappy in this right now with what you're doing, go on your own. See if you can do it. I mean, it's the only way you can be happy.
if you can, let me word this right. What is one thing you would advise somebody to do if they were trying to start their own business?
Educate. I'm not saying you honestly have to go to school to get educated for this, because there's so much free online education. There's so much free education in college. There's so much free education in the area. You just gotta, no one is great on everything. Like these classes in particular with Chamber of Commerce, you might be a great salesperson, but your paperwork is horrible. I know that because that's me. Just kidding. But no, it is. Paperwork is a bugger, and some people don't strive on that kind of stuff. They strive with making a product, and you might be able to make the best widget in the world, but the ability to sell it, and your ability to work with people and to negotiate or to network is just not there. That is, there's all these pieces to the pie, all pieces of the puzzle that it takes to grow a business. I mean, you can be fine and dandy with just making a couple pieces, and you have to be able to, if you actually want to grow your business, you have to be able to sustain that type of ability to actually have a large amount of business coming in. When I was a manufacturer rep, I tried to get into some of our stuff into Costco, and the only companies that I would try to get in there with the companies that I believed could actually make millions of pieces. Because if I was trying to, if they said yes, you had to be ready to produce right now. know, if I put a sale on right now and said, you know, 50% off all the hamburgers at Lynn's Burger Joint here, she'd pretty much have to close up shop, just lock the door, because though she makes amazing burgers and fries and stuff, she wouldn't be able to handle 1,000 people walking in the door today. You know, it's just not going to happen, right?
Yeah. By the way, that was just a figure of speech, people. They're not 50% off.
No,
Yeah, so when they come to me, I'm gonna go say part of your direction.
that's right. No, but you know, I just so you know, I had to bring my nephew down here the other day because my son made a reference to getting a 3-foot French fry here, and so we had to. And he only found a 2.5-foot French fry in his little dish. So other than that, yeah, you got to be able to sustain the business, though. I mean, you know, you don't want a whole bunch of business if you don't want a whole bunch of business. You know, there's companies here locally that have shot themselves in the foot by promoting so much, and then the inability to serve them, the clients, when they come in. It puts a bad taste in their mouth. They don't ever want to go back. You know, it's like our company in particular. You know, we've slowly grown over the last 5.5 years since I've been there, and adding on staff slowly as we do so. But if I would have gone out there and asked for this giant share of the market share when I first got there, people would never come back, ever. Because when you're buying a home and something such a large item like that, you get one try at it most of the time. Some people, you know, buy multiple homes and multiple houses, and they do it on a weekly basis. They're signing their life away because that's what they do for a living. They're used to it. But the majority of the people only buy a house once in their life, and you got to get it right the first time. You know?
Yeah.
You know, burgers in particular. If by some odd chance she made me a burger that was too big, I'd still come back the next time. You know? But if the escrow was to be done, and I took a couple extra $1,000 out of somebody's pocket, that they would never come back.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Anyways, but that's what I do. I highly enjoy working with the community. I really do care about and I'm sincere in regards to most things, almost all the things I do. But a lot of it's for fun, and a lot of it's just to give back. I mean, to help as much as possible. So, you know, my grandfather was. I'm going on a tangent here, but my grandfather was actually the fire chief of Cowlitz County from 52 to 82 up in Columbia Heights, and he was a Shriner for I don't know how many years, forever. He was Uncle Dudley, and he gave back as much as possible, and you know, I learned from him and the rest of my family, and you know, it's just one of those. We do what we can do.
You all got any questions or? By the way, we have sideline people, Cody Wells, Lynn, the most amazing burger shop owner ever.
Most
Well,
amazing person.
she's an amazing person too. She's like a second mom.
Excuse me.
You want me to say grandma?
She's actually really his mom. There's somebody else.
Older than his mom.
Oh. Well, hey.
Ah,
I don't know about that.
yeah, how old's your mom?
40 something.
Your mom's 40 something, and you don't think I'm not older than her?
You're about the same age.
Just say 45. Lynn's 45.
Totally, I'm 67. You don't like it.
You don't look it.
Well,
I don't look her age either. Some dude thought she was my wife.
developing news all the time.
Anyway. Anyway.
Yeah.
And
Your
Candace.
grandma.
And Candace.
Yeah.
So I'm still astonished. So you guys got any questions back here? Candy?
No.
Lynn? Other Cody? Well then.
So no more questions
You
for us.
must really interesting things up. Yeah.
So I'm not sure what in particular that I brought to this little discussion, but one thing that I can remind you, people in particular, if I can help out at all, is there is 325 or a few more 501c charity companies, groups in this area, Cowlitz County. That's a lot.
That's
So if you want to know about them, contact him.
Well, no, I can get you a list in particular, but they are out there, and obviously, if there's something that if you're feeling left out of the group and you don't feel what you want to get contacted and help out, but you don't know how, take a look at that list because everybody needs help and everybody wants to help, they just don't know how. So this is a good way to do it. Get involved.
Yeah, I've been helping with Christine Scott's many different things with
Yeah.
her in the last year.
Yeah. Well, see, there you go.
Any last words or?
No, no last words. Live long and prosper.
How?
Exactly. No, I think that's it. But thank you for having me on.
Yes, and again, his contact information.
My contact information, you can call me directly if need be, 355-0165, or my email is lonnie.knowles@stewart.com, LONNIE.KNOWLES@STEWART.com. And you can listen to me on the radio on Wednesdays from 3 to 4 on AM 1400, which is Bicoastal Radios. And you can check me out in the Chamber of Commerce, 423-8400, or Eagles, Kiwanis,
Wow.
any involved. Yeah, anything you want to be involved in, let me know, and I can try to help you out. And if you got a business to help grow, and you want to grow your business, let me know. I'm more than happy to help you grow.
Or if you got a question about the house.
Or if you got a question in regards to a house or property, I can point in the right direction. There's so many people in this area that are so knowledgeable. Honestly, as far as the real estate market, we went through something really tragic back in 2007, 2008, and a lot of people have lost their houses since then, and all kinds of sort of things. But also one of the benefits is, I think people who are in the market, in the business themselves, only in it for the money, they've washed themselves out. I would say 99% of people that are in this business now are only in it to help their clients. So it's they love what they do. So they're there to help you.
All right.
And I am too. So if you need any help, give us a call at Stewart Title. Our phone number over there is 575-9845, or I gave you my own personal cell phone number a few minutes ago. Rewind the tape and maybe you can get it.
Yes. We will rewatch this later and you'll be able to get it again.
There you go.
Let's see. If you want a great burger, come down to Lynn's Ice Cream Yogurt Bar, 1232 Commerce.
Which, by the way, I'm not going to say anything, but the kids' meal itself will feed you more than you need.
It comes. Never mind. Anyway, we'll let you figure that out.
Free with the ice cream comes the adult when you ask for it.
Yeah.
It's okay. But either way,
There you go.
Thank you for having me on.
Yes. Thank you for coming on.
And if I can help you, let me know as well.
Yeah, definitely.
We also have I do another show, which is the Local View. We've been working on that as a TV show as well, and you'll see more of that in the near future. So,
Mostly. What's that about, really quickly? Just because, well,
that's basically we took the View and localized it. So we have like 4 people on there. I happen to be the host, and we have the main host, and we have like 3 or 4 other hosts, and we talk about haunts, hideaways, and places to eat. There are certain places around here that are supposedly haunted, such as the Mansion or the Monticello Hotel, or the Monticello Hotel, or
the old courthouse up by the post office in Kelso.
Yeah, you never know. But we have those type of things in this area, and then we also have great places to have burgers like this one, which I don't know if you guys can see this, but there used to be a place here in town called Ton of Bun, and this right here, you see the size of that burger. You can see it or not. That is a set burger that Lynn can do for you as well.
Yep, we're doing one Saturday.
Are you really?
Oh, come in on Saturday and
Well, if you're not part of the party, you probably can't have it.
well, no, you probably can't have it, but you can watch them eat it.
But
Come get a
exactly.
thing of
20
fries.
pounds. 20
Or-
pounds.
20
a
pounds of a
20-pound
hamburger.
Feed 60 people.
Holy macaroni!
Why don't you just make that for the Christmas dinners?
Yeah, a turkey
Turkey burger.
burger.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
There you go. A turkey burger.
That's a lot.
Oh,
But
boy.
But yeah, so there's a lot of stuff to go on. And in that show in particular, we talk about food. We talk about local bands that are growing. We talk about we even have a high school liaison that talks in regards to what's going on in the community of the high schools. It's not necessarily timed pictures or videos, so it's not saying tonight we're going to have this event or next week we're going to have this event, but just let the people know the things going on in the community. So.
And when is that?
Well, we did 2 or 3 of them a while back, and then we're starting production again on those. But I'm not certain on the dates on those. They'll be on KLTV as well as on the internet and on YouTube. Similar to this one. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
So keep your eyes open for that. Because you always want to find a place that's haunted.
That's right. That's right. And I'm going to go back for a second and remind you that the Dino Doozer Foundation Masquerade Ball is on March 6th at Red Lion. You can get tickets to Red Lion as well as Pure Car Care. It's always for a great cause.
I'll have write that down, give it to Dennis, and we'll keep promoting that.
That would be good. That would be good.
Or just send our message on Facebook or on our text. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what people do these days.
Those smoke signals.
Yeah, there you go. See, is there any other events coming up this?
Thursday night, there's an annual Cabaret Follies meeting at Mill City Grill.
Mill City Grill on Thursday. There's a cabaret meeting.
Brianne's going to be at the Regent on Saturday, March 21st.
Brianne's gonna be Brianne or Brianne.
Yeah.
Brianne's gonna be at the Regent on Saturday.
Main Stage Theater still has
Main Stage Theater still has the Lion in Winter or something like that.
yes.
Yeah. Lion and Winter is at the Columbia Theater.
Uh-huh.
Actually, the Stage Work Northwest.
Yeah.
And, they have a cast program there, which is fantastic for the children. And they have a show coming on in their future as well.
That's about it right now.
All right.
I'm a boring guest. He's yawning.
No, you're not boring.
Oh my goodness.
No, you're not.
I don't sleep.
Too many energy drinks.
Actually, no, I haven't had an energy drink in almost 2 weeks.
Wow.
Then again, the last energy I had was 2 weeks ago, and it was a Red Bull. So, next week's guest will be.
Okay.
Oh, that's what I give on the
John Paul.
sidelines.
John Paul.
John.
Cooking Country.
John Paul from Cooking Country.
Well, John Paul's a friend of mine, so until then, John, I'll see you soon.
Same time, 6 o'clock. Come before 5:30 if you want dinner. We will be doing it again next Tuesday. So, like I said, we're back on regular schedule. Am I the host?
If John doesn't come, you're the host.
The host is either me or John. Don't know which one yet. Probably me. Just saying. So, without further ado, our shout outs. Here we go. Donna from Randall, Ray from Longview, Dane from Germany, Ann from Longview, Rachel from Escondido, Elisa from Kelso, Michael from North Dakota, Renee from New Hampshire, Connie from Cleveland, Connie from Winlock, Debbie from Vancouver, Christine from Longview, Darcy from Longview, Gail from Australia, Vitalis from Kenya, Marth from Tacoma, Susan from England, Jamal from Africa, Stephen from Portland, Rich from Seattle, TJ from the Midwest, Lynn from British Columbia, Mark from Pittsburgh, Amelia from Longview, Black Dog Hat from the UK, Paul Miller from Seattle, Carol from Longview, and Avery from Longview, and Jack from Greenville, Ohio.
And Chandler and Mary Knowles from Longview. Peace out. And my sisters and my family and all that stuff. Since you're doing the shout outs, I got to do it. You know, Dad in Arizona and family up north, my sister in Seattle, Kent.
There you go. Shout out to his family.
There we go.
There you go.
There you go. And my friends. You know, I love you.
Are you really doing it?
Sister.
Works at Kelso?
Yeah.
Anyway, I know her too. See you guys next week. Thank you for tuning in. Please.
Thank you.